Abomina. Listening to Oseni Rufai's response to our former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Olusegun Obasanjo was talking about democracy, so he now urged Africans to embrace what he described as Afro democracy. So he said a lot of things about it, and now Arise TV is reacting about it. So listen and hear what Rufai Oseni said about it.
Is saying that we should look inward and outward and see how we can adopt another form of government that can suit us. Rufai.
So, speaking of former President Olusegun Obasanjo Baba, with due respect, when you say leadership is key, Dr. Abati, Baba is a firm indication of why reasons like democracy have not worked in Nigeria.
How so?
He tried to look for a third term, which was against the democratic tenets. I tried to tweak the constitution. He prevailed over very flawed elections.
He said he had no hand in that garbage.
Anyway, he prevailed over very flawed elections that the president that came in, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, confirmed to us that the elections that brought me were fraud with irregularities. It was in his era we had the 24 million mark elections, where presidential candidates will always get 23 or 24 million mark elections. One of the worst elections in Nigeria's history was under him. Let's call it spade a spade. You know how terrible that elections were in 2007? Let me tell you how terrible it is. The Supreme Court's ruling ended 4-3. 4 in favor of, 3 against the elections. 3 judges out of the 7 judges said the elections should be cancelled. We don't talk about that judgment enough. 4 in favor. I'm not sure Supreme Court presidential did that neck and neck in a while. So that's why a lot of people have been saying, with due respect, President Obasanjo does not have the, the gravitas to be able to say this.
No, not gravitas.
I mean,
maybe you mean moral right.
The moral right, to be able to say this. Because in his own time, what did he... And I come back to your point, Dr. Abati. It's all about leadership. You see, all of this we are saying democracy has not worked and all of that is incumbent on who becomes the leader. So let me now quote a book for you, Audrey. A certain writer and thinker, Francis Fukuyama, was too hasty in 1992 when he wrote the book, The End of History, because he saw that once the wall had fallen, if there was an acceptance of liberal democracy around the world, then that was going to start the end of the human evolution. But he saw that he was proven wrong because the outlier were the position of the leaders. See what America had under Trump and the likes.
Right.
So he now wrote another revised edition recently, itemizing the fact that it is also leadership, that tutelar head that makes it. If Nigeria want to change today, if the president is ready, Nigeria will change. So the reason why I'm saying it's not working is because we don't have disciplined leaders.
That's it.
And they should all take the blame when necessary.
All right, Rufai.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.